What's good, everybody? It's your brother Nubreed coming through with another video. They lied about male enhancement pills. These pills are actually designed to destroy you, brothers. That's right. I'm calling it out. I'm talking about blue chews, Hims, Viagra, honey packs, gas station pills. It's all a setup. See, ladies and gentlemen, particularly you gentlemen out there, there's a depopulation agenda. They want to destroy the male specimen altogether. See, if you're struggling from erectile dysfunction, or if you're struggling from premature ejaculation, it's because there's some changes that you got to make in your health. Some changes you got to make in your everyday life. See, corn and masturbation is a big problem in this here society. And when you indulge in such activity, it can kill your libido. It can kill your sex drive. And it can make you unable to perform when you're in front of a real woman. Also, the way the food is set up with an extraordinary amount of preservatives and chemicals, it's good that you switch to whole foods and make sure you have an exercise regimen with some heavy lifting, some compound movements. Stay active. A body in motion stays in motion. Understand that they don't want you to be able to perform because they don't want life to be born. Now, I want to be very clear about this. These blue chews, this Viagra, all of these different sex pills that they like to heavily promote and advertise, they have side effects. Number one, you can become reliant on these pills to the point where you can't perform without them. And even that runs out. And then you will be permanently dysfunctional down there. Also, it can cause dizziness, strokes, heart attacks, skin issues, hormonal imbalances, and you could be a complete shadow of your former self. All when what you really needed to do is do your body some service, do a detox, get you some beet juice, get you some green leafy vegetables, get you some exercise, take you a fast, take you a break. Everywhere we turn as brothers, they're trying to give us something that's going to destroy us, so we're unable to populate. See, it's a battle against masculinity. The system we live in, when a third of mankind no longer here. And I know it sounds diabolical, but it's the truth. Why else are they pushing these pills any and everywhere? There's brothers in their 20s, early 30s, even teenagers these days who are experimenting with these pills. And there's a lot of young men who are actually struggling with erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation. And the advertisements are acting as the solution when there must be some changes in your health. See, the system that we living in don't want to see our seeds grow. They don't want to see us reduplicate and populate. You know, there's people who actually lost their lives to these performance enhancement pills. That's right. There's people who actually died in the act. There's people who end up turning into surgeries, turning to surgeries rather, to try to have a quick fix when it all boils down to health. It all boils down to finding you a regimen that works. You know, it all boils down to taking a break. You may take a break for some months and then you wake up and what's supposed to happen happens when you wake up in the morning. You fellas understand what I'm talking about. What was supposed to happen ended up happening. You wake up and find out that everything is still operating down there. But what it took was some lifestyle changes. What it took was a break. What it took was a detox from the corn. What it took was, you know, some prayer, some fasting, some supplication. But them enhancement pills, they'll take you out the game. There's people who have actually had newfounded diseases, you know, based on taking these pills. That's right. There's a lot of studies out there. There's people who lost their eyesight taking these performance enhancement pills. There's people who will never be able to perform again. Never be able to perform again. And you know what's interesting about this? I was streaming live and they tried to promote that advertisement. And I took this as an opportunity to really teach my audience that this stuff right here is a battle. It's a psychological war. You don't want to be one of those people. You don't want to be one of those brothers. And look, this particular video right here will help the sisters as well because, you know, they hurting out here based on some of the decisions that a lot of brothers are making, you know. And then you got to also keep in mind, you can't be on these drugs, this marijuana out here, these different strands they got out here. It ain't no Reggie out here. These strands that they got now will completely debilitate you. You know, these strands got astrazine in them that turn male frogs into female frogs. You know what I'm saying? These strands out here will have you limp out here in these streets. So you got to keep in mind, man, you can't be indulging in different drugs and different activities. You know? They lied about these sex pills. You see them promoted everywhere. You see the comedians promoting Blue Chews. Everywhere you turn, they're trying to push this. Why do they want everybody to be taking sex pills? Why do they want all you brothers on these pills? There is a conspiracy to stop you from living fruitful and multiplying. There is a conspiracy to stop you from being able to perform. It is a depopulation agenda. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Everywhere you turn, there's a new pill every day. They're putting them in comedy skits as if that's what the women want. They'll have a comedy skit. And I've seen these skits. If you've seen them, let me know down in the comment section where a woman will be with a brother and she sees that Blue Chew pill, her eyes light up. Well, that's unnatural. Her eyes should light up because she know her man can perform just being in her presence. Not because he got some pill that he have to take. That pill is destroying brothers. And see, they put those type of commercials out there so brothers can truly believe that those pills are the answer. They put them out there because they want you to believe that women are endeared to those pills. Nah, brothers. Nah, brothers. You got to do what you got to do, man. Take care of yourself. Give your body a factory reset and start from scratch if you got to. But do not get on them male enhancement pills, man. You heard it here first. Anyway, peace and blessings to y'all.